So up to Shlishi in Vayishlach. The Pusik continues. Yaakov called the place where he fought with the Malach, he called the place Pniel. Pniel means Pnai Ail, the face of Hashem. Ail means Hashem, Ail means a Malach. The Rambam in Chassidei Torah brings down 10 names of Maluchim, and one of the names of Maluchim is Ailim, which means that they're godly. What he said is, I saw Elohim, which means again, Maluchim, Punim el Punim, Vatinus nafshi, and I was saved. A Malach is extremely spiritual. For him to be able to see a Malach, it means he was very spiritual. But this Malach was not trying to give him spirituality, was not trying to give him Neviah. This Malach was trying to pull him down. This Malach was trying to convince him that to do something that was not right. And I was saved because I was connected to the Eibishter. I was connected higher than the Malach. And that's Pniel. Pnai. I connected to a higher place. We'll see later in this parasha again how Yaakov was connected higher than Maluchim. So this says, the Pusik says, Vayishlach loy hashemish, the sun shone for him. What does it mean sun shone for him? The sun came out specially for him in order to heal. Sun is healing. Shemesh Zuki Marpai, to heal his limp. He was limping because the Malach bent his hip. And it came out to him. What is this sun that shone for him? When he reached the place of the famous dream of the ladder, he had davened, and what happened? The sun went down early because Hashem wanted him to sleep there. So the sun owed an hour and 15 minutes. The sun stood up now an hour and 15 minutes early for him. For him, specifically for him. The Torah puts over here, here's the mitzvah, the actual mitzvah. Lo yochli b'nai Yisrael gedanusha. Because of this, to remember this thing forever. Why is it so important that we remember it forever? We need to remember that there's always very, very important people, very high people, even maluchim, that will try to cause us to deviate from the path, and we're higher, we're stronger than that. We can see kaviyuchel, we can be connected to Eibishter himself and not let ourselves be drawn in. Even a malach cannot draw us in. Then the Torah continues with Parak Lamed Gimel. Yaakov picked up his eyes and he saw Esav coming with 400 people. He went and he separated again the children. And he put Bilhah and Zilpah first, and then with their children, and then Leah with her children, and then Ruchel with Yosef. Binyamin wasn't born yet, at the end. Why did he separate them again? In this case, he wasn't separating them to put them into two machnas, because they're all right here. Esav was a lower class person, and he would be jealous when he sees, if he would see all the wives and all the children all together, that would be too much. He would just, why do you have so much? Even so, he asked the question. So Yaakov tried to make it, first the shfuchos, maids with their children. And then, Leah with her children, then Ruchel and Yosef in the back. This is like, I only have like one child from this wife, this is my main wife, this is other people. Sort of like make it seem less than it was, in order that Esav shouldn't be jealous and he shouldn't have it. Then he went and he bowed down 7 times. Chazal tell us that every time that he bowed down, he took off one head. That Esav had 7 heads of timah, and he took off all 7 heads of timah. There's another Chazal that says that due to the fact that he bowed down 7 times, there were 7 kings from Esav before a king by the Eden. So everything has a good side and a difficult side. Esav came and he ran to him, he kissed him, and they cried. On the word Vayishukai, there are dots in the Torah They're actually dots. And come out no Nikidus in the Torah. In 11 places there are Nikidus in the Torah. This is one of them. And there are dots on Vayishukayi. Chazal tell us, Reb Shimon Bar Yochai says that Esav wanted to bite him. But instead of biting him, he kissed him. And he kissed him with all his heart. The Rebbeinu Shalom Palga Mayim Live Melech B'Yad Hashem. A king's heart is in the hands of Hashem. Esav was the other king, the other side, and Hashem turned his heart towards Yaakov. And so too, the Mefarshim say, in every generation, whenever we have these issues, we daven to Hashem and we do our best, and the Rebbeinu Shalom turns the heart of the presidents and the kings towards the Yidden. And he asked, who are these Vayisas Einav? Esav opened his eyes and he saw the women and the children. He said, Mi Aylalach, who are these people? These are the children that Hashem gave me. You say this is a difference between the way Esav thinks and Yaakov. Esav saw the women and the children, and he was interested in the women. And then he said, who are all these people? Yaakov said, oh, these are my children. These are the children that Hashem gave me. The women, I got married in order to have the children. But Esav, he got married in order to have the women. So Esav saw Nushim and Yeludim, while Yaakov responded about the Yeludim. So we got up to Revi'i as Hashem Yisburach.